Hey peeps, Phoenix Spring Tower here. So, this is my second reading into the aftermath of the Danny Masterson trial and Scientology. So, to provide context on the purpose of this reading, it came out a few days ago that Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, and Taryn Manning from Orange is the New Black, it came out that they've written advocacy letters on behalf of Danny Masterson and submitted them to the judge, and with the aim of asking for leniency when it comes to his sentence. And in one of the letters, Ashton Kutcher talked about Danny Masterson's exemplary character. And even though Danny can be viewed from the accounts of the trial, after the three women, etc., as a low-key Bill Cosby, just with lower numbers and on steroids, for being physically abusive, threatening someone with a gun and everything else, allegedly, people just came out in arms about it because they found it so incredulous as to how Ashton and me or anyone could be writing advocacy letters. Now, in our previous reading, though, we did predict that, now a number of things we predicted in our previous reading have come through. So number one, that there will be more potential victims coming forward, and we've heard about 2 or 3 potential victims coming forward. We offered insight on the church's reaction to the verdict and that of Tom Cruise as well, so visit the reading for that. And we also offered insight as to why the Ashton Kutchers, Mila Kunis, etc. would have written advocacy letters in support of Danny after being found guilty of such heinous crimes. So we did touch on that, but we're going to explore that further in this reading. And just a reminder that all readings on this channel are alleged until proven fact as well. Now, I'd like to continue by saying that there's a theory floating around that Scientology are the ones behind Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis and everyone writing these advocacy letters. That theory is gaining traction, so we would explore that in this reading as well. Okay. So first of all, I want to start off by looking into whether Danny Masterson has any remorse. Does he have any remorse for what he did? So spirit guides, guardian angels of the highest light frequency, please protect myself, please protect those viewing this reading. May we only channel messages from the highest light frequency and vibration, and may these messages we could use to provide insight on the situation, and we could use them and apply them for our lives and spiritual journeys. Thank you very much. Okay. What's coming through immediately for me is with Danny Masterson is not remorse, but shame. That's what I'm getting. Interestingly, I'm not getting remorse. I'm getting shame as I'm shuffling these cards. It's shame. Let me just put this in closer so you guys could see. And it's shame at being caught as well, which is quite interesting. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting shame at being caught. And I'm getting someone who is more thinking of how it's going to affect them and their reputation. Like there was even going to be a Scientology reboot. Not Scientology, sorry. That 70s show reboot. And it's talking about all those missed opportunities that they potentially could have. That is the initial energy that's coming through. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, man, I got caught. What you mean? Ugh. It's like, yeah, it's disappointment actually. It's disappointment in his lawyers, that feeling that his lawyers could have done better to get him off this. This is like a child and you tell the child that they can't have something and they get into a strop. This is weird energy. Yeah, below the deck, 10 of swords. Like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is someone who feels that they were done wrong, that they were betrayed. I'm hearing the word consensual as well. They knew what they were getting into. Oh my God, my skin is, I did not expect to. Yes, please offer us some protection as we go into this. Ace of Swords. But this is popped through reverse. You guys know my readings, I don't do reversals. He expected with this Ace of Swords upwards, he expected to win this. He expected to win this. So the fact that an Ace of Swords talks about having a strategy that's new beginnings, it hasn't gone, that is cutting away with the old. They thought that their strategy with the church behind him, everything else, he thought that he would have come out victorious. When you put your sword up in the air, victory, like he thought he would have come out victorious regarding this. But instead, we have the sword reverse. We have it also next to the 10 of Swords. So that's talking to me about someone who blames the quality of his lawyers, There is something about something that went on in the case that was it's people's incompetency. With the swords in the back is other people's incompetency. That is the reason why he's in the position that he's in. I won't be surprised if he's getting new lawyers. I'm seeing two people specifically. I don't know his lawyer team. I'm seeing two people. I'm seeing one woman and a woman with dark hair. That's what I'm seeing at the moment. So I don't know if that is the lawyer he is blaming or whether it's a new lawyer coming in and that new lawyer will be female with dark hair, whether he's considering them at the moment. But that is what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing someone who doesn't have any remorse at all. This is an inconvenience. How dare they? I should have gotten off from this. I'm going to get a new legal team and I'm going to appeal. Anything further that we want to say about this? Guys, again, all messages in this reading, all readings on my channel are alleged at the point of doing this until it's revealed in the press or in the news that what I've picked up was actually fact, okay? Six of Swords. They are putting a lot of hope on this appeal. Whether it's right to do so, whether it's wrong to do so, they are putting a lot of hope in this appeal. And they're gathering their evidence as well. They're gathering their evidence. They feel that they have a case, whether that's right, whether that's wrong. Do we have any idea of what the insight of this from this appeal would be? Any ideas of what we expect the insight from this appeal to be? Okay, this Two of Pentacles is something that's indecisive. I can't really see it right now. One further clarification on the appeal. Oh my goodness. Yep, Three of Pentacles, the Magician. So definitely something they're working on, concocting something. Like they are accusing the prosecution of... Either they're working on concocting something or they're accusing the prosecution of concocting something, especially with a Seven of Swords here. Yeah, they feel they have a good case. The Danny Masterson feels that they have a good case. As to whether he gets off or whether other people like the judge, etc. would think so, I'm not seeing it at the moment, to be fair. To be fair, I'm not seeing it. All right? Okay, so next question. Why did Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis write advocacy letters? Okay, so it's talking about viewing him as family. And that's what I also, but we'll shuffle a bit more. This card jumped out as soon as I asked the question, so I'm going to take it. It's just that they view him as family, really. They have a really strong relationship and a very strong, close, tight bond with him. And that is what I was saying as well. We look into this further, but people are of the assumption, oh my God, Scientology had something to do with it, blah, blah, blah. And yep, Scientology were involved in a lot of cover-up, a lot of this and that. But with Mila and Ashton and Tara Manning, I'm not viewing that. I'm really just viewing, this is someone in need. This is our friend. We want, we've been asked to do this. And of course, we'd stand by our friend. That's literally, and they are, of course, it's a very out of touch, ill-advised thing to do, but that's what I'm picking up on, basically, with this Ten of Pentacles here. Anything further? So why did Ashton and Mila write the advocacy letters talking about his exemplary character? This Magician card, this is something, guys, I said this in my first reading. The way Danny Masterson, the impression or the persona he gives to people is that of a magician energy. I said this before. He's like, he wears one persona, one mask, one whatever with people. But it's like there's an inner deviancy, like an inner itch he can't scratch. This is a bad analogy, but an analogy I can make is, you know, the B2K killer, you know, where he was a family man, you know, he was always there for his kids, he was a pillar of the community, everything else, yet he was a serial killer. And when it came out that he was a serial killer and he was arrested, no one believed it. They were just like, no, not him, not B2K, but I don't know what B2K killer's name is, sorry. But this is the same thing that I'm getting with the magician energy, smokes and mirrors. You're portraying yourself to be butterwood and melt, to be one way in front of your friends and everyone else, but behind closed doors, behind the walls of Scientology, allegedly, it's you, the deviancy is just rampant. This is someone who, especially when I'm seeing the Ten of Swords by the Magician, this is someone who it's interesting. The message that's coming to me is because people did not check him. It's like he had a delusion of grandeur, like nothing could touch him. I could do whatever I want. And that really, because no one checked him, because no one was, besides these brave women, that is, because no one was able to check him, and really people kind of saw snippets of it, but no one questioned it, no one checked him, no one pulled him to one side. He should have known better and checked himself. That is the reason for his ultimate downfall. Not the lawyers, not the victims, he himself, for the choices he made. Okay. Why else did Ashton and Mila write the advocacy letters? Anything further that we want to get on that? Anything further that we want to get on that, on the advocacy letters? What? Hang on. Anything further on these advocacy letters? Another thing as well is, again, they did not, Ashton and Mila did not expect these advocacy letters to be made public, which is very telling. They did not expect the advocacy letters to be made public. They did not expect a light to be shined. You know, look at them shrouding. They are ashamed and embarrassed of themselves. They did not expect those letters to come to light. All right, that's one thing. Secondly, there is something about this Eight of Pentacles. I had the message, but yeah, the message has just escaped me. Yeah, but they did not expect those letters to come to light. Like, they are spiraling themselves over the situation that they've gotten themselves into. That is for sure. They really did not expect it to come to light. They just thought that it would remain behind closed doors, and that would have been it, and they would have done their part to get their friend off. Was Scientology involved in this, actually? Was Scientology involved in them writing the letters? Was Scientology involved in them writing the letters? I'm not picking that up, actually. Or at least not directly anyway, is what I'm being told to say. At least not directly anyway. From the Three of Swords, I'm picking up a distancing. And this is what I came up in my first reading as well. I'm picking up a distancing that they're trying to do from this whole case and from this whole situation. But it's their karma. This is the karma card. This is the karma, and this is what you get for enabling and covering up bad behavior, really is what it is. But with the back to this situation, it's as if like the whole organization of Scientology is looking forward and looking forward to the next thing. I have my cloak on, I am removing myself from this situation, I'm looking at yonder, I'm looking afield, and I'm leaving this behind me. And with the Three of Swords, that talks about and the Three of Swords that's coming up next to Danny, this is Danny Masterson, who's coming up as the magician. This is talking about the church's disappointment in the whole situation, basically, is what I'm picking up here. But again, with this disappointment, this Three of Swords, we have the karma card that's coming through very, very strongly. And again, as an organization, it's like what she perpetuates. So what they're saying is that this, in effect, with the star and karma for an organization is powerful. There is, and I picked this up towards the end of my first reading as well, almost as if like the church has to do something. They have to do something. Like, in fact, below my feet is tingling, and you get grounding from your feet, right? Like underneath my feet is tingling. And what came up in my first reading was that the church was going to take a stand against this, and like they were going to come back out fighting. But it's as if there's going to be a restructure in the church. I don't see how that could happen. I am just delivering the news. I don't make the news, okay? Like there's going to be a restructuring happening because the church is at an impasse where they need to decide whether they as an organization are going to be bigger than the sum of its parts. The sum of its parts being either the David Miscavige or the Tom Cruise and so on. So that is, with this star card, I'm getting that. Like they, as an organization, Scientology, are asking themselves, what is our future? Where do we go from here? This has, with our karma card, this situation has come up. We have to face it. We have to face our karma. This is an eclipse. The sun that was shining down on us previously is not there. The sky is dark. We are on our last leg. These are our last days. What are we going to do? It's like the shadow side of the organization is coming to light now. More and more people are speaking out about it. Like, are you going to take on the errands? Are you going to take everybody on? Like, it's almost as if I mean, Leah Remini's, I mean, are you going to take everybody on? It's a losing fight, so what are you going to do? Okay, so that covers Scientology's involvement. Like, they are just trying to distance themselves away from this. In fact, they are more, as I said in my previous reading as well, I feel that there is, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They need to defend themselves, defend their honor. I feel that there is more, actually, there's a card that I saw here just now. They're saying that as much as possible, they're going to try to distance themselves from Danny and this situation. But with this Six of Pentacles, there is something coming through here of either needing to pay Danny off or needing to support the wife Bijou, or there's some financial exchange that is happening here simply to keep someone's mouth shut about the church and what happened and that sort of thing. That's what I'm picking up here. Okay, so anything else? Is there, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, is there anything else regarding this situation that we haven't covered that we can explore? Anything further? Justice. This Justice card came sideways, interestingly enough. And as this Justice came sideways, they're talking about the Two of Pentacles. And I feel this has something to do with that appeal, the appealing of the judge's decision. The case may be stronger than what we think it is with this Justice coming sideways. Anything further regarding this Justice sideways? Please, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, anything further about the Justice sideways? I'm picking up something about the police in this matter from the prosecution's perspective. Something happened. Yep, there's something that's going to be coming forward about this case, which is with the Page of Cups. We have this Empress energy here, but I want to wait until this does come through before I address it, because I'm like, in terms of what I'm seeing, it's approaching the edges of what I'm seeing, and beyond that it's a bit gray, and I don't want to speculate too much. But there's a reason this Justice has come through sideways, especially where the church is concerned. I feel as well here that there are, like with this Danny Masterson issue, and this came up in my first reading as well, it's as if more people were going to be encouraged to come forward regarding their experience with the church and potentially bringing lawsuits against the church. So that's what this Justice sideways also means as well. And it's as if the church are preparing themselves for that. So they've turned their back on Danny because they have bigger fish that they need to put their focus on. And that's another reason for this Justice sideways as well. Because by the looks of it, it doesn't appear to be in their favor. And again, they're strategizing as to what they can do. There are lots of ideas that they're looking at in terms of what, as a church, is going to be our approach forward. That is the huge drive that I'm getting from this reading. Okay, so let's look into this Tara Manning from Orange is the New Black. Like, what is going on? Like the last time we heard of her before she re-emerged with this, she was in a car complaining that she was with a married man, and I think she brought the married man a boat and even licked his hole. And then, no, she was with a man, she brought the man a boat, even licked the man's hole, and then she realized the man was married and she was upset about that. That's, I think, is how the story goes. I remember, if you remember, Tara Manning also starred with Britney Spears in her film as well, and you know, she was just a really good character actor. And now we just saw her recently walking around with a coat, her underwear, and red boots, holding a dog, after she made the, you know, so it's just her support behind her friend Danny. So let's just do a quick check-in with her as to what is going on. Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, oh my goodness, what is going on? These cards don't look good where she is concerned, I have to say. They do not look good where she is concerned. I'm picking up at this Page of Wands in the Tower. There is something that happened, and I don't believe it's this married man necessarily whose hold she licked. I don't think it's necessarily that. I'm picking up the feeling that, number one, there are financial issues for sure. Number two, I feel that work has dried up for her. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's what I was picking up. I feel that work has dried up for her a lot. Like, before she was getting a call, she knows she's a talented actress. She knows this. But there's a thing about work being dried up. There's also about, with the Five of Pentacles, facing financial issues and just wondering, do I have it anymore? Do I have it to act? Do I have it to do this anymore? There is something that's gone on behind the scenes with this Tower energy. Something major that's happened. I'm hearing the word in my head, blacklisted. I'm hearing that word in my head. It's almost as if with blacklisted and the Five of Pentacles, it's almost as if something has happened to her that is preventing her from making the money, or she's undergone something that's preventing her from making the money or from getting the jobs and the roles at the level at which she used to get them. And I'm seeing that with the blacklisted, I'm seeing like a high priest. Like either these may be execs, whether she has issues getting an agent or something like that. She's been borrowing money as well with the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords talks about people in this deck, people knowing something but not really divulging it to her, which is a horrible feeling. You know when people are speaking behind your back and you're asking people, okay, well, what is it? And no one's telling you. That could be it. Or there is something going on, or some... But to get a tower in your reading such as this is talking about something really substantial. And it's not to do with that married man or whatever. It's not to do with him. There is something substantial that happened to her that has either put her blacklisted or being shunned out, like out in the cold. So she's working, trying, but she can't get back on her feet. That is what's causing the issue here. That is what's tipped her over the edge, basically. Either she didn't play someone's game or she was put in a compromised position. Anything further? Yeah, there we go, guys. Four of Pentacles energy. That's the energy. It's like, I'm picking up a lot of paranoia as well. And again, Four of Pentacles, money issues is what I'm picking up on. And the Fool. People need to watch her. She needs to be watched. I don't want to say, again, all messages are alleged. I don't want to, this is her potential. She's Queen of Pentacles. But things are just not going her way. I don't want to say psychiatric hold or anything like that. But we will be hearing, something else is going to be coming out in the news regarding Tara Manning. It's almost as if there needs to be an intervention to be done if she has any friends or anyone who is able to do that with her on her behalf, or if somebody could send her a lifeline. It's like that's what's coming up. It's like, especially that last post of her walking in her underwear with just boots on, and you know, she's not, of course it's clear that she's not all the way there, but there is something that happened that she's really seriously dealing with. It's either she's been blacklisted or someone is spreading rumors about her, but her monies are down, her ability to get new opportunities are down, and because it's outside of her control and she feels helpless, she's paranoid about it. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you all in future readings. Bye for now.